Hi there. This is Afro Perspectives. I'm going to discuss with you a story that's just coming out of Zambia. President Hakainde Hichilema has sacked three justices of the Constitutional Court. The judges are Anis Itali, Mungeni Mulenga, and Palan Mulonda. The three justices, it has to be pointed out, have ruled against Hichilema in the past. In 2016, when former President Edgar Lungu was re-elected, Hakainde Hichilema brought a case before the Constitutional Court challenging the re-election of Edgar Lungu, and the three judges were part of a panel that dismissed that case and duly declared Edgar Lungu as elected president. And now let me just go through you some background, so at least you are aware we are talking about one and the same thing. Edgar Lungu became president after Michael Sata, King Cobra, died in October of 2014. The then vice president was Guy Scott, who took over as acting president. And after that, Edgar Lungu was sworn in on the 25th of January 2015 to take over from Guy Scott, and he served until from the 25th of January 2015 until the 13th of September 2016. In 2016, Edgar Lungu was then re-elected to serve a full term of 5 years in office. And after this, his term expired, obviously, in 2021 when Zambia was scheduled to hold another election. And then in 2021, Hakainde Hichilema brought a case against the Constitutional Court, and he challenged Edgar Lungu's eligibility to run for another 5-year term. And the argument was that from the 25th of January 2015 to the 13th of September 2016, when Edgar Lungu served Michael Sata's remaining term, that constituted a full term. But the Constitutional Court judges did not agree with Hakainde Hichilema. So what they said was that Edgar Lungu in 2021 was eligible to actually run for office again. And fortunately, at least from Hakainde Hichilema's perspective, Hakainde Hichilema went on to win that election, and that would have, anyone would have thought like, well, that closes the matter. But now what has come up again is that since the Constitutional Court in 2021 ruled that Edgar Lungu had only effectively served a single term, he is still eligible to contest the elections that are scheduled in Zambia for 2026. So now the issue is Hakainde Hichilema and the UNDP, they are not convinced that they would want to see face Edgar Lungu again, and they have been coming up with all sorts of ways to see that Edgar Lungu does not contest this election. And effectively, a petition was put before the Supreme Court alleging that the judgment the Constitutional Court judges passed in 2021 was not in accordance with the law. So now what Hakainde Hichilema is claiming is that he has received a recommendation from the Judicial Complaints Commission, and he is acting on that, and he initially suspended the Constitutional Court judges, and now, as of yesterday, the 20th of October, he decided to sack the judges. So now the problem is what actually has happened is that the Constitutional Court decision from 2021 still stands, and the Constitutional Court, any Constitutional Court, at least according to the law of precedent as it is used in Zambia and the other parts of the English-speaking world, the Constitutional Court decision is binding on any future court. So effectively, what Hakainde Hichilema has done is to preempt the court in case Edgar Lungu decides to go to the Constitutional Court again, which he intends to do, and he challenges Hichilema's decision that Edgar Lungu cannot stand, then that's what Hakainde Hichilema has effectively done. He's effectively made sure that those three judges, they are sympathetic to Edgar Lungu, and he sacked them. He's effectively sacked them. And most in Zambia, depending on who you ask and their political affiliations, supporters of the president, Hakainde Hichilema, they believe that the sacking of the judges has brought the country to act in line with the rule of law and things like accountability. Those are the reasons they are citing. Whilst the critics of the ruling party and other neutral people. I've got a tweet here. Let me see if I can get you that. Yes, the tweet is from Sishua. Sishua is a politics lecturer. I think it's some South African university. I'm not sure if it's Stellenbosch. And he says a more structured and broad-minded approach is extremely beneficial as opposed to the targeted and individual changes we are seeing. So according to Sishua, he thinks that the judges have been targeted, and this it's actually an act of retribution because they ruled against Hichilema, and is not convinced that those changes were necessary. And he further argues it's a long article anyway. I've only got a snippet of the tweet itself, and he says that broad changes to how Zambia appoints constitutional judges are needed. The background is that, like, the president in Zambia appoints constitutional court judges. So those judges who have been dismissed were appointed by Edgar Lungu himself. So Hakainde Hichilema thinks that the judges they would side with Edgar Lungu in any case that's brought before the Constitutional Court. Yes, so however, what is actually coming out on social media is that Zambians are generally agreed that what President Hichilema has done is actually not warranted at all. One commentator, Goodwill Mateo, said, "Worrying assault on institutions. Soon all that will remain is a moribund judiciary." ECL, by ECL he means Edgar Lungu. ECL filled the Constitutional Court with pliant judges, the original sin. Now Hakainde Hichilema is adding to murder of justice by removing judges on a whim. Next president will put final nail in that coffin. So that sums it all up. Most sections of the public in Zambia, they are convinced that President Hichilema, although there are issues with the judiciary because they are appointed by the sitting president, and there are issues that they are compromised, most people are convinced that what President Hichilema has done is an assault on the integrity of democratic institutions, like commentator Mateo has said on there. And then another commentator who goes by the name Chisanga said, "I don't think removing those judges actually solves the problem, say. It actually demonstrates the problems we have in that sitting judges may not, who may not well be liked by the executive can actually be so easily and so quickly removed despite the office being protected under our law. Right, yeah. So that commentator on there is convinced that what President Hichilema is done is actually interfering in the functions of the judiciary as an independent institution. So those are some of the views of ordinary Zambians. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you like the issues discussed below, please give me some likes, and please don't forget to subscribe. Tatenda siyabonga. Bye.